2 sessions tonight, pretty much back to back, on how to master this amazing strategy. And so if you guys do not have Cash Trap yet, you have to go to im.academy, go to the shopping cart. It's actually under the platform. 2 sessions today, pretty much to purchase Hourglass. All you have to do is go to hourglass.im, and it'll take you to the strategy. All right. So Cash Trap is actually broken down into a point system. Before I get to that, I'm going to teach you guys how to use Cash Trap with price trending. Okay, and so if we're going to be looking for up arrows, right, green up arrows, if we want price to go up, we're going to want to take trades that are going to uptrends, because we don't want to trade against the trend line, because that would make no sense, right? If currency is really strong and it's moving up, sells. Why would we take down arrows, right? But vice versa. If price is in a major downtrend, we actually want to look for sells, right? We won't want to just take buys, because we want to trade with the trend line. For you guys, is if price is in consolidation, we can take both up arrows and down arrows, right? We can buy and sell when price is in consolidation. And so if you guys see the chart right here, right, you see this green trend line, right? This means we're in an uptrend, right? We want to take buys when price comes down and hits a new support, right? We take resistance. But if we're in consolidation, we can take both buys and sell. All right, so here's a prime example of taking buys in an uptrend, right? We have price moving up, hits a resistance, it kind of works its way down a little bit. When it hits a support right here, we want to take it for a buy. All right, and then you can see price continue working up. It rolled the future resistance it had and came up and made a new resistance. But if you guys are taking notes, write this down. In uptrends, future resistance past resistance equals future supports, right? So price broke this past resistance, came up, respected this new resistance, and came down and hit this past resistance, which is now a future support. So in uptrends, past resistance equals future support. All right, and vice versa. If we're in a downtrend, came down and hit a support, rejected up, hit a new resistance, but guess what? Past support equal future resistance. And so you guys, when you can start to notice this in the market, you'll become an expert in trading with the trend lines. And so here's an actual live chart right here. Okay, let me zoom in. You guys can see right here on a live chart that we're in a major uptrend, right? Blue candles mean that price is moving up. Red candles means that price is moving down. So price moved up, right? Hit a resistance, came down, and hit a support. Because we're in an uptrend, the price hit the support right here, we want to take it or buy. Price moved up, hit a new resistance, came down, and it hit this resistance that it respected last time as a new support. Okay, and vice versa. If we come over here, right, we're in a downtrend, right? Red candle, downtrend, we hit support, it worked its way up, hit a resistance, take it for a sell. Worked its way down, hit a support, came up, hit a resistance, take it for a sell. All right, and if we're consolidation, you can take both buys and sell, right? We have support line and we got a resistance line. Every time it hits it, we can just take it for a buy or a sell, right? And so if this is making sense so far, if trend lines, supports, and resistance are making sense so far, type some 5s in the chat. Type some 5s in the chat. You guys have learned something on supports, resistance, and trend lines. So we are getting a ton of fives. You guys, this also will be recorded. And so all you have to do is just go to my channel, and this will be recorded under a Sunday night cash trap trade. All right. And so let's get to it. All right. So in cash trap kicks you out of trade, right? It's going to tell you multiple things, right? The very first thing it's ever going to tell you is what currency I know how to trade at. All right. And so now I'm going to kind of go back and forth between the PowerPoint and cash trap live. All right. So right now you guys will see on symbol, right? It says USD CAD. If we go over to the broker, you can see all these different currency pairs, right? Symbol USD JPY. Scroll down. Euro USD. Scroll down. Euro JPY. Right? So cash trap is kicking you out so many different trade ideas on all of these pairs. All right? And so if we go back to a PowerPoint, the next thing it's going to tell you is if you're going in for a call or a put, and also last three numbers, right? Put 317, call 553. So if we go back to the live cash trap, right? Let's go to the very top. Let's click USD JPY, right? Call. If I zoom in, right? Call 553. USD put 703. Look at that, 553 on the PowerPoint, 553 on actual cash. It's really good. But so it's going to give you the currency pair, call or put, and then the last three numbers. All right. The next thing it's going to tell you guys is whether it's going to show you guys the currency strength meter. And so how the currency strength meter works. All right. If you guys are taking notes, write this down. If we zoom in here, right? We got USD is the first pair, CAD is the second pair. If we go over, we have USD, CAD. Okay, if currency one or the top currency is stronger, price is going to continue working up. If currency two or the bottom currency is stronger, price is going to work its way down. Okay, so you guys can see right now, right? We got put on USD CAD, and then we have currency two stronger than currency one. So that's telling us that the currency strength meter is aligning with the put. All right, we scroll down a little bit. We got Euro USD, right, for a call. Currency one, the euro is stronger than the dollar, so that also goes in line with the call. But if we use this as an example, Euro JPY, right, that's giving us a call telling us price is going to go up. But if we look at the currency strength meter, the euro is actually weaker. So the yen is stronger than the euro. So the currency strength meter is telling us, hey, this is actually going to go down, right? So these are actually going against each other. So we would X that out. We would not take that trade. Okay. And so let's go down a little bit. And now this is how cash trap is broken down into a point system, right? Matt says a 3-point trade is a good trade. All right, but we don't want to just take it. Right, if we take a good trade, we will win about 65, maybe 70%. But we want to have a lot better of a winning percentage than that. And so I recommend, and I know Matt also recommends, always try to look for at least 4 points, 4, 5, or 6 point trades. And how we do that is we break it down. Okay, right off the bat, if you see an up or a down arrow, that's 1 point. Point, and we have a down red arrow, that's 1 point. Okay, if the strength meter and the second pair or the bottom is stronger than the top, right? It goes with that arrow, that'd be another point. So that's 2 points. And then Bollinger Band, which I'll go over in just a second, that'd be a third point. If we're hitting a resistance line, that'd be a fourth point. Okay, let me go over the first 4 points with you guys really quick. All right, first 4 points, right? Red down arrow, automatically 1 point. All right, 1 point. We actually have the, you know what? Let's actually go over to USD JPY right now. Let's go over to USD JPY at 159, and let's take a 3-minute sell.
Damn it. Oh.
Do not take that, do not take that, do not take that. All right, so what we just did is we just took a 3-minute sell on USD JPY. And so the reasons we're taking this trade right now is A, we have a down arrow, right? That's 1 point. We have the currency strength meter in our favor. That's a second. We are hitting a resistance. That's a third point, right? Price is actually overbought on the stochastic, and so we're about to get a cross down. That's going to be a fourth point, and we're below the 200 EMA. All right, this might just need one rollover, but I really believe after the hour here, price is going to continue working down. Okay, and so if you guys need to roll over, make sure you, right? I just typed roll if needed. So if you guys need to roll this over, but I'm going to go over the setup in just a second here when I figure out what price wants to do. So I'm just going to push mine. I just rolled mine to be safe. I do now expire after the hour. But, you know, those are the first 4 points you guys can get. The down arrow, currency strength meter, a resistance, or the Bollinger Bands. Okay? Those are the first 4 points. The next 3 points we can get is if we're getting a bonus sell symbol on the stochastic indicator. And so if there's a bonus S on the stochastic indicator, that is also 1 point. All right. And then if we can get a cross down, if we get prices overbought on the stochastic and the RSI, we want to start to see a cross down and a cross down. Okay, what I mean by that is like this right here, right? We got a cross down, that's a point. All right. If we go down to the RSI, we're not quite oversold, overbought, but we're almost there. So I'd count this. So we have on this setup alone, yes, we have a down arrow, we have resistance, we got the currency strength meter, we got a cross down, and then I also consider the 200 EMA. So I'd consider this about a 4.5 point trade. And so if you guys roll this over, you know, we do expire in just a couple of minutes. And so I believe in this new hour candle here, price is going to continue to absolutely tank. And so if you guys need to roll again, please do. If you guys need to, again, you know, people are already clearing, so they must have got a lot better entries than I did. I'm just going to roll mine one more time to be safe. I'm going to roll mine one more time to be safe. And so people actually, so it looks like a lot of people took second 93 and already cleared. But you guys can see Cash Trap is kicking us out a new setup here. We got the down arrow, the cross down, the resistance, middle trend line, currency strength meter. And so I believe that this trade setup is absolutely going to tank. And so if you guys cleared this, type it in the chat. I see a lot of clears with a lot of second entries, which is fine. You know, I don't really take second entries when I'm teaching, but it seems to be working for everybody else. And so I did roll mine over one more time just to be safe, because I know this is going to work down. And so I do now expire at 7:55. So I have 7 more minutes on the setup, which is fine because you guys can see, right? We're in a downtrend. A little bit. You guys look at cash trap right now. Yeah, it's absolutely perfect setup. This is going. You guys can see it's already starting to move down. It might be moving just a little bit weird because of all the other currency pairs having bank holidays. Usually, you know, USD JPY doesn't move kind of, you know, boxy like this, but I still see this tanking in the next couple of minutes. And there we go. And so if you guys are clearing this, type it in the chat. I see people clearing second and third entries. And so, yeah, so we have the down arrow, a resistance, a middle trend line. So I didn't talk about that, but you can also use the middle trend line as a Bollinger Band. Okay, so if prices, you know, in the Bollinger Bands up here, I will also trade it off of the middle trend line. And so, you know, I'd count this as a down arrow.
$226 payout. And today is Easter Sunday. Oops. Now you can see, but it's 4/4/2021. But yeah, got it.
And everybody is clearing in the chat. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go through. Actually, let me go through some call. Let me go through the call. And so that's for a sell, right? If we're going in for a call, we got the up arrow, the first currency stronger, hitting the green Bollinger Band, support line, a B on the stochastic indicator, excuse me, a cross up on the stochastic and a cross up on the RSI. All right, and so let's actually go to cash trap. And let's go through a couple live trades here. So if you guys are brand new to cash trap, you guys will see every currency has 2 setups, right? Matt will probably go over this a little bit later, but I'll just briefly touch on it, okay? And why there's 2 setups is because if you take a trade in the previous candle and the new candle opens up, you'll be able to see your last setup. So you guys can see on our last setup, right? We had a down arrow, which was a really good setup. The price actually worked up a little further. But then on the new setup, we're also hitting a resistance with that down arrow, the cross down, and the currency strength meter. And so you can actually use these just to kind of check the previous setups. All right, also, you guys can see that we have the DXY on cash trap as well, right? The DXY is actually the dollar. So this is going to tell us, is the dollar gaining strength or is the dollar losing strength? And so you guys can see that the dollar is losing a lot of strength. And so that's telling us that the yen is going to pull this trade down to the floor. And so another indicator that USD JPY should be going down. All right. And so I'm just going to kind of go through some setups here and tell you guys whether I would take the trade or whether I wouldn't take the trade, because I got a lot of positive feedback on going through these trades last week. And so I see everybody clearing trades right now. A lot of people, like I said, took second entry. So
I'm going to put cleared real quick.
So we actually have new setups coming out in just a couple of seconds here, and then I will go through these setups with you guys. So Euro JPY, right? We're getting a call. We're getting a call. We got the euro stronger than the yen, so that's 2. We're actually getting a sell symbol right here, so that goes against it. And we're not quite getting a cross up, and we're not quite getting a cross up. So this would be a 2-point trade. I would not take it. Euro CAD, right? We're getting a call, hitting a support, hitting the middle trend line. We got the euro a little weaker than the CAD, and we're almost getting a cross up, and we're almost getting a cross up. So this is about a 3.5 point trade. All right, you know, it's a little riskier of a setup, but I'd like to see we're down just a little further. All right, USD CHF. I don't trade this pair, but I will definitely go through it. Actually, it's not. USD CAD. All right, we got a call. We have the cross up. We actually have currency too strong, so that goes against it, and we were hitting a support. So that's about a 3-point trade, right? That's a good trade. It's a little riskier, but it's still, you know, a good trade. NZD USD. We're getting a down arrow. We're hitting a Bollinger Band. We're hitting a resistance. We're getting the cross down, but we have the currency strength meter going against the setup. So this is a decent trade, right? It's a 4-point trade. And there it goes. It just turned into a 5-point trade with cross down. And so if everything else is aligning besides the currency strength meter, I say take the trade. If everything else is aligning.
This is a little tricky.
But if these weren't crossing down, I would not just take it off of the arrow, right? Because if you can take the arrow with the currency strength meter in your favor, you know, you can win a really good amount of your trades. And so you guys, if you guys are brand new, guys, cash trap, every time it kicks out a trade, these aren't all trades to take, right? These are just trade ideas. And so you have to go through these trade ideas and find the amazing setups. You have to go through the ideas and find 4 and 5 and 6-point trades. Just because cash trap's kicking it out doesn't mean you have to take it. Right? I actually forgot about my trade. And I actually cleared. And so I forgot about the trade, you guys, and I cleared. So if you guys rolled this over, you cleared. If you didn't roll it over, you cleared. I don't think anybody has lost a single trade in the chat. And so I just got so into teaching, but you guys, these are all trade ideas. They're trade ideas. Okay, so do not over trade. Go through these ideas and find 3, 4, maybe 5 good setups in a session. Okay, and risk, you know, 1, 2, or 3% of your account. And if you can grow your account 5, 6, 7, or even 8% in a day in a session, be done. Like, that is amazing. That's what we teach you guys. 1 second, I gotta fix the chat here. I don't take negativity. I do not take negativity. So if you guys are negative, we will kick you off the call. I don't know how anybody can be negative. I mean, you guys are learning how to trade cash trap, and everybody is clearing trades. So, but you guys find amazing setups. You know, don't over leverage your account. Follow risk management. Don't let your emotions get to you while trading. Okay. So I just showed you guys how you can master cash trap. Right? It's broken down to a point system, right? It starts with, you know, trading with the trend lines. When, you know, is it in an uptrend? Is it in a downtrend? Is it in consolidation? Once you can find that, go to cash trap and see, you know, what currency pairs it on. After that, now we're going in for a call on the put. Is the currency strength meter aligning with the call or put? And then break each setup into points. All right, I'll go through a couple more here, you know, before I let you guys go. So let's start at the very top, right? Brand new setups just came out. USD JPY put 1 point, right? Come over here. We actually have the yen stronger than the dollar, 2 points. We're hitting a resistance, 3 points. We're not quite getting the cross down yet, and we're not quite getting the cross down. So this is a good trade. All right. If we go over to the DXY also says that the dollar is going down. So that could be also another indicator that USD JPY going down. All right, let's go check out Euro USD. Getting a call, 1 point. We're hitting a support, 2 points. We have the euro stronger than the dollar, 3 points. We're not quite getting the cross up. We're not quite getting the cross up. It's going to be a trade, right? It's a good trade. Risky, but it's a good trade. Euro JPY, call. Currency strength meter is in our favor. We're not quite getting the cross up. We're not getting the cross up, but we are hitting the middle trend line. 3 point trade, a little bit of a riskier trade. And so you guys, when you can go through your trade ideas like this and find amazing setups, you guys can really turn your accounts around and be very successful with, using cash trap, right? Nothing is obviously guaranteed, but when you can master the skill, you'll see a dramatic change in your account if you follow what we're telling you. If you follow risk management, if you don't over leverage your trade, if you don't let your emotions get to you guys, if you follow and learn the educators. All right. And so yeah, so 1 trade. So somebody said you cap it. You guys can see right here, 1 trade, cleared it. So I don't know how I'm capping, but you guys, it just comes down to mastering the skill, right? Tonight the market is moving a little weird, right?
I don't win or lose.
Moves like this.
Got the $100.
And tonight is a training. And so I probably won't look for any more setups because it's a training night. If you guys were able to learn something, if you guys, if you're brand new and you learn how to trade cash trap, or if you are, in the academy already, you still learned something new tonight, type some 7s in the chat. If you guys learned at least one thing or a bunch of things, type some 7s in the chat, because, as an educator, I want to make sure that everybody plugging in to my calls are walking away every single session with a new piece of information, because, yes, making money is fun, get you guys paid is fun, but if I can teach you guys how to master the skill, then you can use it anywhere you want, whenever you want. And so, yeah, there's a ton of 7s. So, with that being said, you guys, Matthew Thayer, Matty Pitts, the GOAT, he's actually right next to me. I know he's excited to get on here in about 40 minutes. And so
Alexa,
end the
office lights on.
1-0. Type in the chat what you guys went. Type in the chat what you guys went. I went 1-0. I didn't want to take any second entries because it's a training night, but I know a lot of people did. But type in the chat what you guys went today. I see 2-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 2-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 0-0.
I went 2-1 so far.
6-0, 5-1, 4-0, 4. I mean,
in case you guys are wondering.
I officially on my call-outs went 1-0. If you didn't roll it, you cleared. If you did roll it, you cleared. And so, thank you guys for jumping on. I hope everybody had a fantastic day. Spent some good time over Easter. But Maddie Pips, the GOAT, will be on in 45 minutes. And so thank you guys for jumping on. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I truly do. Talking to Matt, this is like a cash trap family. We love every single one of you guys and love hearing your stories. So make sure you guys tag us in your stories, send us some messages. And so I will see you guys on my next Get Paid session Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Standard Central Time, 11 Eastern. And see you guys in 45 minutes on Matt's cash trap training session as well.
All right, guys, that's it for this guy. But like he said, in 45 minutes, we're going to get on with Matthew Thayer. We're going to take some trades there as well. So I'll see you guys in 45 minutes, okay? It'll be another link. So just make sure to jump back on.